In this video, we're going to talk all about these babies right here. The Nike Infinity React. If you want to see my thoughts, my opinions, stay tuned. Roll the intro. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another week of triathlon training. Today is going to be a little bit different. Today we're not talking about training. Today we're talking about the gear. Specifically, we're talking about this. The Nike Infinity React. My thoughts, a comparison to this, the Nike Epic React, and whether I think you should buy it. Now, before we get started, I must say this video is not sponsored in any way. Nobody is paying me to say this. These are just my honest thoughts and a comparison between these two really good shoes. First, let's take a look at this beautiful shoe. Before I started running, I owned these Nike Epic Reacts. This is a great shoe. It has been with me probably, I think, 2 years. I don't know, whenever they first came out, whenever this triple white color wave came out, I bought them online as soon as they did. Jess was wearing a pair of Reacts to run in, and I really liked the design and everything, and so I said, hey, I need them for just a lifestyle shoe. I wasn't going to run in them anything. I just wanted them to wear around. And I still do. Once a week at least, I'm wearing these shoes right here. They've seen better days. They're old. They've got dirt stained on them and stuff like that. But it's a really good go-to shoe for me. Now, when I started running, this was the closest thing that I had to a real running shoe. So I tried these. Specifically, I tried a newer pair that I have that I'm actually wearing right now. That way they were less worn out. So I tried these. As you can see, they're a decent shoe, right? Not for me. It was not a good shoe for me. The support in there is not what I needed. So after a couple weeks of my feet just killing me every time I ran, I had to go to the shoe store and get something new. Now, I'm a Nike guy, okay? I was very close to buying something other than Nike, but the last pair of shoes that I put on made all the difference in the world. Made my decision, it was over, check it out, we're leaving. And that shoe that I loved, I fell in love with, was this. Now you may say, well, that looks like the same shoe. It does look like the same shoe, but it's not. This is the Nike Infinity React. These are the newer ones. These came out probably about a month ago by the time this video airs. So I picked these up, and I've been running in them for about 3 weeks now. So first thing at the shoe store, this right here is a neutral shoe, right? It's a neutral running shoe. It doesn't support, it's not a minimalist. They call this a neutral. So if you've got arch problems or whatever, it's not probably the best shoe for you. But I have arch problems as well, and I was able to get into this shoe because of a custom insert, which we'll touch on in a minute. So I was trying all these support shoes on, and they just too rigid, not great. The support was great, but it just didn't feel like the right shoe for me. My whole life I've been wearing Frees and Reacts and stuff like that, so I'm used to a really light shoe. When you get into sport shoes, they get really heavy. Now this shoe right here is a little bit heavier than the React, but it's not too much. So when I put this on, I was like, yeah, that's it. Done. And she was like, well, you know, it's not really the right shoe for you. We can try this insert, and then hopefully that'll get you to where you need to be. And so we put the insert in. Voila, I got a shoe that fits, that I'm comfortable with, and is supporting my foot in the right way. So I fall off in my arch. So if you also fall off in your arch, then you're probably going to be steered toward support shoes. It's not great, right? They're just not. There's not a support shoe out there that is in my opinion, comfortable and light and looks good and everything like that. So I was thrilled when I could get into these and you know, running them. So I've run in these for about 3 weeks now. The first 5K video, these right here. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it up. But the first 5K video I ran in these. That was actually like the first, I guess that was the longest run that I run in these. And my feet felt great. My legs, on the other hand, weren't great, but my feet didn't hurt. And so that was the problem that I was running into before I got these shoes. My feet, after every single run, were just killing me. My arches hurt, my heels hurt, everything. That's why I ended up going to the store, bite the bullet, and get a new pair of shoes. So, how do these compare to these? First, you can see the flex, right? This shoe does not flex as much as the other one. Now, these are both without insoles, so there's nothing in here. I can't take it out. I've taken out the insoles already, just because if I put my insole back in this shoe, it flexes a whole lot less. Now, this shoe right here, granted it's old, but even still, old doesn't flex like this, right? So you could see the difference in the flex. This shoe flexes way more than the Infinity React. There's also a lot more cushion on this shoe, which you can see in this video, right, where they're side by side. You can see the difference in the two that are there, right? The Infinity React, the gray one, which is the one I'm running in, the gray one has a lot more cushion both on the back of the heel and in the insole and everything all the way up. So there's a lot more foam in there to give you that good ride, that good cushion, so that you can run comfortably. Okay, like I said earlier, the Infinity React is a little bit heavier than the Epic. Okay, but it's nothing to where you're gonna see, oh, this shoe is super clunky, whatever. Now, if we take the insoles, you can see the difference. Now, this is just a basic Nike insole. Okay, this is what comes with the Epic React. This is what I took out of the Infinity React, right? I'm able to fold this thing up, put it in my pocket. Okay, real small, super small. Now, if you check out my insole, right? So this is the insole that I ended up getting. It's by CureRx, again, not sponsored. But this made my shoe able to wear, or my purchase of the Infinity React, to where I could still be supported and still be wearing a shoe that I liked. So if I try to do the same thing, you see the toe folds, but I literally can't move this. So this white plate right here is a massive arch support. So the Infinity React also hits the arch a little bit better than the Epic, but then you put this thing in there and your arch is literally not falling at all. So this insole right here has made my shoe, my foot, feel a lot more comfortable and supported in that Infinity React. So that's how I was able to get into a neutral running shoe while still wearing or getting the support that I need. So after it's probably been, I don't know, close to 15-20 miles, couple of weeks of running in these shoes. After that time, I love them. The only thing I don't like, and this is a shout out to Nike. Nike, if you're watching this video, we need some better colors. Okay, the Next Percents, great colors. Pegasus Turbos, great colors. Now I know that these are new, right? And I think at the time that this video is airing, they've got black, gray, and like a whiter color. But we need more colors, Nike. Come on. I like bright colors. I want to look like I'm fast, even though I'm not. So that's the only thing, that's a downfall. They were like, hey, we got them in gray. And I was like, gray's not too bad. It's a good pair. I'm hoping that Nike comes out with the new colors before my race and I can get into some better colors by the time race day comes. But overall, I think this is a great shoe. I really like the flex, or the lack thereof. So what I've noticed with this is that it actually propels me forward. Okay, so it's not the Nike Next Percent, right? If you're familiar with the Next Percent, they've got a carbon fiber plate that runs all the way through here. When you hit heel strike and then roll, that carbon fiber literally shoots you forward. This isn't it, but you still get some of that with this. Okay, so you heel strike and it's stiff enough to where you're gonna get a little bit propulsion forward, just not to the extent that you would get with the Next Percent. But I also wasn't paying $250 for the Next Percent. So for a mid-level running shoe, I think this is great. All my life I've been told invest in things that are between you and the ground. So invest in tires for your car. Invest in shoes on your feet. So if you're sitting there thinking like, man, $160 is a lot for a pair of tennis shoes, think about it in the long run, right? If you're comfortable in a pair of shoes, they don't hurt your feet, you feel really good in them, is that a lot? Yeah, you could go to the store and spend $60, $70 on a pair of shoes, but if your feet are hurting after every run or after every workout, why did you spend money, right? You literally just wasted money. So my philosophy is, if you're gonna buy a pair of shoes, buy a pair of shoes. Now, there are other shoes out there, right? You got Hoka's, you got Asics, Brooks, whatever. Like I said, I'm a Nike guy. Just been loyal to the brand since I was a wee little tot. So I'm kind of loyal. I tried a bunch of different shoes on that just didn't feel right. I put the Infinity Reacts on and it just felt familiar. It felt good, so I went with them. If you're in the market for a decent pair of running shoes, I highly recommend the Infinity Reacts. I think they're a great shoe, especially if you're just starting out like me. And it's versatile enough where it can be a neutral shoe, or you can put that insert in there like I did and make it a support shoe. And for $160, it's not terrible, right? It's kind of tough to swallow, but if you're investing in the things that are between you and the ground, you're gonna find out that it's well worth it. That's it for me, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out the latest video of triathlon training, it'll be here. If you want to subscribe, it'll be here. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate y'all's support. We'll see you next time.